Once you've set up a client in Just Timesheets, you can set up projects belonging to that client. You'll do that from the Data Maintenance tab and from the Projects page. Here you see the internal projects that are preloaded into this pre-configured Just Timesheets system. All of these projects you'll see belong to a kind of dummy internal client. I'm going to create a new project for client 0001. I'm going to follow this convention. You can have your own coding conventions, of course. And I'm going to give it the project a name such as Corporation Inc. Project 001. There isn't much else that you need to specify here. If this project begins from a particular date, then you can enter it here. If it's going to end on a particular date and you don't want anybody to enter time beyond that date, then you can put open to here. If you want employees to enter time at task level against this project, then you would specify task entry here, which I will do. And in the next video tutorial, I'll show how tasks are set up for this project. On the Description tab, you might or might not enter a description. It has no particular purpose, but it can be useful on reports. Analysis is very important, however. This is where you would specify the cost center that this project belongs to, the location. If you're using location, this is not a mandatory field. And then you'll specify whether this project contributes to available or utilized time. This has to do with utilization reporting, and in fact, in most cases, you will leave this blank. Utilization statistics differ, in fact, from one company to another. But most people would say, for example, that administration time is available time but not utilized, whereas annual leave is unavailable time. Utilization in Just Timesheets is defined as the percentage of time spent on utilized projects out of available time. It's up to you how you set these. In most cases, you'll set it to default. You'll allow it to default to null, because it's only if this is not to be regarded as available time that you'll specify no. And so for most external chargeable projects, you'll leave available time and utilized time blank. Estimated hours, if you're not specifying hours, estimated hours at task level, in which case the hours would be rolled up from task level to project level, you could specify it here. So we'll say 120 hours. Now, if you're using project statuses, you might use this here. This is for filtering and reporting, grouping in reports. Project type, however, is something of inbuilt significance in Just Timesheets. And for external chargeable projects, it should always be set to chargeable. In a moment, I'll explain what some of those internal projects look like, because they use these project types in important ways, and we'll also look at the way available and utilized time fields are set. But this would be the normal settings for a chargeable project. Finally, if this project has a project manager, you would specify him or her here. And then we'll save that project. Except that I missed out a very important field which must always be specified. Just Timesheets and Time at Work in general is potentially a multi-company system. And just as employees in the system might belong to one or other company, so each project must be specified as belonging to a particular company, even if there is just one. So now if we save that, we should have no trouble. So we've now specified a chargeable project belonging to client 001. Let's quickly just look at some of the settings on these internal projects. We'll only look at the analysis tab. Administration, for example, is regarded as, and time reported against administration is regarded as available time, but not as utilized time. Annual leave, on the other hand, is neither available nor utilized. Sickness is also available but not utilized. That you might have a different view on that, and it's up to you how you set these fields. Notice also that we have specific project types for sickness, internal, and annual leave. The reason for that is that you may decide to set up some additional internal projects, such as sickness with doctor's note, or sickness without doctor's note, or long-term sickness, or something like that. And by grouping them together under the same project type, some of the reports in Just Timesheets, such as these reports, my team's sickness days, or my team's annual leave, or all annual leave, or all sickness days, they pick up time that has been reported against any project that has been classified by project type sickness or project type annual leave. So that enables us to create a report on all sickness or all annual leave, regardless of the coding structures or names for such internal projects that you use when you come to set up projects in Just Timesheets. So that's projects.